I'm very proud to have been selected to present my storytelling speech for the Sacred Heart Story Contest. Thank you so very much. You know, I can't quite believe it sometimes that I, Tambuzai, is here at the one and only Young Ladies College of the Sacred Heart. Imagine that. Who would have known? Little Tambu, who was always in the kitchen or at the river, is here in this prestigious school. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so grateful. I can't believe it with all of you. You know, I can't. You know that kitchen, that underneath that hearth that's underground with the 3 stones? I tell you, my friends, many of you here would fail epically because that was a balancing act that was not easy. You would fail. I remember very fondly going to fetch water with my friends, River Nyamarira. Oh, what boundless joy that river gave us. On the way to the river, we would stop and eat all sorts of fruits. Matamba and matunduru. Oh, sweet and sour. So delicious. You couldn't get enough. And then we would bathe and play and sing for hours without any grown-ups. What else? How else do you define freedom? I did not leave my village because I didn't love my village. No. I just wanted to get an education because we were told that was the only way to a successful life, to a life of ease and comfort, like Baba Mukuru and Auntie Maiguru. Of course I wanted that. So I had to leave my village. That tiny village, not far from Umtali. I miss it so. But I'm also very, very happy to be here. Now the road to success, my ticket to success is something that I can see. Especially after hearing my brother Nyamo's stories of his sophisticated life at the mission, the school where Baba Mukuru was the headmaster. I honestly can't say I was sad when he died. And I have to tell you, you know why? I wouldn't be here if he didn't die. It's simple. I don't really think I should speak so ill of him, especially he's not here to defend himself. But my brother Nyamo had become so mean and arrogant. When he started going to the school and the mission, he would brag and taunt me that I would never go to school because I was a girl. And it wasn't just to me that he was mean. He was really mean to my little sister Netsai, who was only 8 or barely 8 at the time. And the few times that Baba Mukuru didn't drop him to the homestay from school, he would refuse to bring his luggage from the bus stop. He would leave his whatever luggage, little luggage he had, he would leave it at the shops near the bus stop and make Netsai go all the way to the bus stop to get his luggage, and he would come home empty-handed. Sometimes Netsai was carrying Rambanai, who was a toddler at that time, and would have to walk all the way to the bus stop to bring his luggage. Can you imagine that? Sha. Yeah, the first time he did it, I told him off, I protected her. But then I went back to the kitchen to finish cooking. And he came out, he found Netsai, and he beat her with a peach branch. Poor girl. She ran all the way straight to the bus stop. And she asked me not to do that again, because I got her a beating. Nyamo knew if he tried to do that to me, I would literally pull a log from the fire and put it into his face. So he wouldn't do that to me. So poor Netsai suffered. And I tried, but all I could do was, when I had time, I would go and help her carry the stuff, his stuff, back to the house. I remember feeling very relieved that Friday in November when he didn't come back home from school. I was supposed to be preparing him a roasted cock. So I really hated the entire process. Even from enlisting Netsai to catch the damn cock, big and scary, and we would jump and catch nothing, just eventually we would catch the poor thing, frightened, terrified, protesting, until it eventually gave up, knowing what was inevitable. And the stench of pouring hot water on the headless bird to loosen the feathers to pluck out still revolts me. And the worst thing was doing this for someone who was so unfair to me and my sisters. It's something that filled me with rage. So now I hope you understand. And I actually don't care if you don't. That is why I was not sad when he died. Perhaps I'm being unfair because he's not here to defend himself. And besides, Nyamo behaved that way because that was what was expected. He was extreme, but the needs and the sensibilities of girls and women was not something that was a priority or even legitimate. So it made me dislike Nyamo very much. It made me dislike my father, and it even made me dislike my mom. In fact, I disliked everybody. I wish he was here now to see me in my beautiful school. I must tell you how enchanted I was the first time I came here. When Baba Mukuru and Auntie Maiguru and my cousin Nyasha brought me. The grounds were so majestically spacious. You could just you couldn't see the end. The Catholic Church really has a lot of land. People used to say this, but now I see it with my own eyes. We drove past 4 hockey pitches. Yes, 4. Then tennis courts. And then netball courts. Yes, netball courts, you've heard right. And then I remember this thicket of conifers, kind of implying that you're crossing from the physical to the realm of the mental activity within this rich kingdom. Tambudzai, I'm here. The dormitories, bright and white, shimmering in the sun on one side of the roundabout, and the classes on the other side. Oh, it was such a sight. I was so obviously engrossed in my enchantment that my cousin Nyasha, rudely, I must say, thought to interrupt and tell me, you're here for school, not on holiday. Surely, Nyasha. I also still recall frantically looking for a black face. I was the only black girl at that time, and I found that very weird. You see, I had not come across anyone white till this point from my village near Utali or even at the mission school. So I was a bit nervous.